G'day, I'm the Breakfast Buster and I'm in Sydney's Hyde Park on a beautiful spring afternoon. I've got a pretty good travel hack for you today. Unfortunately, everyone reaches the moment when it's time to leave Sydney. You might be flying on to another city, you might be leaving the country altogether and flying home, and you need to get out the airport. Well, there's a few ways to do it, but I think the way I'm going to show you is probably the quickest and easiest way you can go. It's a little bit of walking involved, a little bit of carrying the bag, but all things considered, I think you're going to like this hack. So let me show you what you've got to do. The most popular way to get to the domestic or international airport is to catch a train from Central Station. However, if you're like me, I tend to get hopelessly lost in large, crowded train stations with multiple levels. Central Station in Sydney is huge. It's made up of the Grand Concourse, the North Concourse and the South Concourse. The Grand Concourse has platforms 1 to 15 for regional and intercity trains. The North Concourse contains platforms 16 to 25 for Sydney trains, and just to confuse things, the South Concourse contains platforms 4 to 25 for Sydney and intercity trains. There are 7 exits and a rabbit warren of tunnels, escalators and stairs with signage pointing in all directions. Of course, it's entirely possible to get to your correct platform on time, and the staff are generally happy to assist you. But for me, when I'm flying out of a city, I like to keep things as low stress and easy as possible. This is why I tend to avoid Central Station. The next most popular departure point from Sydney is Town Hall Station, usually entering it at the Queen Victoria building. It's smaller than Central Station, but it's usually very busy. In fact, it's the second busiest platform after Central. Town Hall has 2 levels and 6 platforms. There are stairs and escalators and lifts connecting the concourse with the platforms. Stairs also connect the concourse with platform 1 to 3, but platforms 4 to 6 are connected by escalators. The QVB exit and entrance is always packed with people, and it can be a challenge to manoeuvre your bag through the crowd. Again, when I'm flying out of Sydney, I tend to try and avoid Town Hall Station. So here's my little travel hack. St James Station is a 5-minute walk from the QVB. It is flat the entire way, and it's easy to pull a wheeled bag or to carry a backpack. You just walk down Market Street until it meets Elizabeth Street. You know you're at the right entrance when you see the neon Chateau Tanunda sign. Incidentally, Chateau Tanunda is a drink that hasn't been popular since about 1972. St James Station is rarely crowded. There is a fairly long tunnel to get to the station itself, but it's usually pretty empty. Again, very easy to pull a wheeled bag. You just use your Opal card to gain entry through the gates. There are only 2 platforms, so it's impossible to get lost or confused. To get to the airport, go to platform 2, which is also clearly marked with an airplane logo. There is an elevator if you're travelling heavy. The trains are very frequent and you rarely have to wait longer than 10 minutes. It's 5 stops to domestic airport and 6 stops to international. The trains are clean, with plenty of seats and room for your luggage. My journey today took me 13 minutes to get from St James to domestic airport and 15 minutes to travel from St James to the international airport. Just head through the gates and up to the airport. Quick and easy. If I was going to give you one bit of advice when heading out to the airport, get there early. Officially, they say get there an hour early for domestic. I would say get there at least an hour and a half early. And for international, I say get there at least 2.5 hours early, or preferably 3 hours early.